Hello channel viewers, I am DS, a psychologist, and welcome to another episode on Channel NITT. Just some time ago, we released an episode on the ENTJ and how the ENTJ decides who to be in their inner circle. And one of our viewers asked us, can you do an episode on the ENFJ and friendships? Of course! This is our reply. Of course! Of course! Of course! We so welcome our viewers to give us ideas what to produce for our next video.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
And so this video is about how the ENFJ makes friends. So while gathering input and information for this video, I interviewed some ENFJs. Very incidentally, the ENFJs happen to be with some INFJs. So I interviewed them as well. So this video is going to be about the comparison between the ENFJ and the INFJ on how they make friends. So I've collated and compiled the data, and I found two similarities between the ENFJ and the INFJ on the topic of making new friends. So in my previous episode on the ENTJ, I described 5 concentric circles in which I categorize and pigeonhole people. Definitely no such thing for the ENFJ. However, for the INFJ, they may say that, okay, this is a close friend, this is somebody that I am a friend with, but they do not have distinct tiers like the one I have described in the ENTJ episode. So the second similarity is very curious. I asked the ENFJ and the INFJ this question: how do you know that this person is not a bad person when you first get to know them? Or how do you know this can be a person who can be a good friend? They both, as in these two MBTI types, both use the word intuition. I use my intuition to judge or decide. So the NI is very strong in this case, right? So now let's talk about the differences between the ENFJ and the INFJ. So just now I mentioned that the ENFJ and the INFJ both said that they use intuition, right? So I asked both types, what happens if you think that this person is not a very friendly person or not a good person? The ENFJ says, I will still talk to this person, just that I will be more guarded.
You learn my secrets and you figure out why I'm guarded.
However, the INFJ says they will keep quiet and they will not talk much with this person. Another difference between the ENFJ and the INFJ is that the ENFJ is very willing to strike a conversation first. The INFJ tends to be more passive. They wait for others to strike a conversation.
Come and get me, boys.
So of course, you can also make use of this difference to decide if someone is an ENFJ or an INFJ. One very interesting thing that I note about the ENFJ is that even if they don't really like a particular person, they can talk with this particular person. And it's genuine. Then I ask them why. They say that if they have to be stuck with this person for some time, let's say it is a family gathering or it is a party and they are assigned to sit beside one another, the ENFJ thinks that it is going to be very awkward if they don't talk at all for that 2 or 3 hours.
I drove all night.
Yeah, the person can be boring, but they can still strike a conversation. The ENFJ is still going to strike a conversation because they are extroverts. They need the stimulation. So boredom is something that they don't want. So they would rather talk to somebody who is boring or somebody that they don't really like.
I don't like it. No, I love it.
So in my personal face-to-face interaction with the ENFJ and the INFJ, I find that the INFJ may have lower social awareness as compared to the ENFJ. The ENFJ is really like a social butterfly. Anybody can be someone that they want to talk to. So the ENFJ is genuinely interested in people. If after knowing you, they really like you, they will contact you more often. So in the ENFJ's own words, if it is possible and circumstances allow, I will definitely meet this person again. On the other hand, the INFJ is more passive when receiving friendships. So if it is a new friend, the INFJ may be more comfortable texting or not having a face-to-face interaction. A face-to-face interaction is almost exclusively for friends that they are very comfortable with already.
Especially for you.
Very interestingly, both the INFJ and the ENFJs are intuitive types, right? So they really exercise intuition a lot when making friends. Actually, the ENTJ is also like that. So I asked the INFJ, how do you know this person is going to be a good friend? The INFJ said, just one look and I will know. So this is how magical NI is. So actually for the ENTJ it's the same. Just one look, I will know whether you are good or bad.
Just one look at you.
How is that even possible? So in my episode on the intelligences of the INTJ and the ENTJ, I talked about a concept known as thin slicing. So for the NI users, all we need to do is just to have a very thin slice of you and we'll be able to make out the entire piece of you using our intuition. And it might surprise you to know that this feeling or intuition is really very accurate. So if you would like to know more about the concept of thin slicing, do watch that video. Okay, that's all I have for you today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have not subscribed, do consider subscribing so that we can give you more MBTI and ENTJ and all the other MBTI types. And do take some time to watch our other videos as well. Okay, I'm going to sign off now and I'll see you in my next episode. Goodbye!